The report has it that Nigeria is now on the 6th position of terrorism global index. And during an interview with Arise TV, the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, said something that the Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso can only do better when they return to democracy. This is a statement that struck me, that caught my attention. They can only do better when they return to democracy. And then I ask, my big question here is, Nigeria that has been on democracy is being ranked 6th place in global terrorism. Where is now the impact of the democracy? Where is the impact of the democracy? Even though he's trying to say that the report is not true, but I'm asking, where is the impact of the democracy? What is even the democracy? What do they even term as democracy? What they term as democracy is the election. Coming to stand on polls and elections where civilians, people will vote and their votes don't count. At the end of the day, they rig themselves into office. That is what they call democracy. That is the democracy. I really do not understand this. Coming to tell me that these 3 countries can only do better when they return to democracy. Meanwhile, you that has been on democracy, I'm not even seeing the impact. We are not seeing the impact. The impact is not visible. If the democracy has impact, is actually doing well, why will Nigeria be rated 6th global terrorism index, 6th position? Why? Let me drop the clip of the interview so you listen to him without taking much of your time. Let's listen to him.
Actually didn't attend, but on our own part, because they feel politically they felt they should stay away.
But they had no place.
They had no place, yes.
Right.
Yes. But as it is, for us as the military, we still do a lot of training together. We still have their men in our training schools here in Nigeria to tell you how we still work together. So we don't have such issues. But the truth about it is that, especially for these 3 countries, it's important that they get their leadership right, and then they're able to do a lot. That will also, and that's why for us in Nigeria, we have more to lose if they don't get it right. And that's why whatever it is, politically, military, we need to partner with them to ensure that they're...
When you say get their leadership right, what do you mean?
Democracy. They must have a democratic system that will be able to assist them into taking decisions that will help the country. If they don't do that, it's going to create more issues for them, more problems, and these are the things that exacerbating these issues on ground. So those are the things I think they need to really look at.
Indeed. Now, let's return specifically to Nigeria and what the report says about this country. Beyond sort of the bits and pieces and the parts and so on, is the country faring better or worse when it comes to terrorism? Because even the report itself seems to suggest that there has been something like a 38% decrease in incidents of terrorism.
Yeah, I mean, more than that, I think, because, I mean, if you move around the country, you see that a lot of things have improved. Farmers are going back to their farms. Things are happening here and there. There's a lot of peace really coming around. So we look at it from their report. Sometimes, well, I don't want to argue on how they come about their indices, but what I can say is that Nigerians also know that things are really improving. We all need to join hands together to continue to do. And remember, I've always said it. It's not always everybody that is really happy that things are getting. Because if you notice how we get, most times when we're succeeding, that's where we have this pushback. And the question is why?
Yeah, but what the index suggests, what this suggests, is that the index is actually fair. Because the index is saying that terrorism-related incidents have decreased in Nigeria by 38%. But it says that conversely, even though the incidents have decreased, it showed an increase in terror-related deaths.